and welcome to the February episode of More or Less. I'm Peggy, and I'm here with Cody and James. How are you, Cody?
I am doing very well, and I just want to let you all know this is brought to you by Baker Orthotics and Prosthetics. We are here to find the right solutions for you to maximize your function and improve your quality of life. So give us a call today, 817-332-7313. We'll put that up at the end of the show again. But yeah, in this month, it's February. So in honor of
Valentine's
Valentine's
Day.
Day, yeah. We are diving into dating while disabled. So, this is a very important topic that impacts most people's lives, at least at some point in their lives. And so we're gonna just dive into it and hash it all out.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Do you guys like Valentine's Day? James, do you like Valentine's Day?
No, I don't.
Cody, what about you?
I like to see significant others being happy.
Okay.
Do I care to get anything for Valentine's Day or be recognized? I'm not too worried or hung up on it.
My husband, when we first started dating, set the bar very low for himself for Valentine's Day, very wisely. So it has now become a holiday that we actually don't really acknowledge in our house anymore. Not that he's not romantic and loving, but he hates being told when he has to do it. So he kind of boycotts it on principle. But a lot of people do celebrate Valentine's Day. February is the month of love, and dating while you're disabled can be really, really frightening. I know I was overwhelmed, but we're not alone. That there are 15% of the population has a disability. So while we sometimes feel very isolated and lonely, living with a disability, we are the world's largest minority group, and we are everywhere, kind of in the shadows. Some disabilities you don't always see. So the takeaway from that stat is I just want people to know during Valentine's Day and February, I think it's a tough month anyway. It's really easy to feel alone. And 15% of the population is in the same boat as being disabled. So we're not alone. This number really just gobsmacked me. And it's 323.9 million people are using a dating app.
Like all
Let
over
me
the
say
world
that
or in
again.
America? Because that's like the population.
Yes, that's in the world.
Okay.
In the United States, 1 out of 5 internet users uses a dating app. 1 out of 5. So I know, like, my 8-year-old and my 16-year-old are on the internet. They're not, they're counting towards the 5, but they better not be the 1.
That's a lot of swiping.
It is a lot of swiping. And no wonder everybody has self-esteem issues, right?
Oh yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy. So, people are out there, we're dating en masse. The dating apps tell us that we're lonely, tell us that we're looking for companionship. It is the way that people are dating nowadays, is they're meeting each other through technology. I think especially since COVID, I think we're moving a little bit towards in person again, but not quite there. But my question to you guys is, when would you disclose the fact that you're living with an amputation on your dating app? Would you put it, in your profile, or maybe not even on a dating app, but when you are pursuing somebody or on a date with somebody, when would you want to disclose that to somebody?
Wow, I think I'll begin with that one. Just in the aspect, if I were on a dating app, right, I would take a photo, and in that photo, in the profiles, I would make sure that I displayed it in one of the photos, if not more, just so that I wouldn't feel like I've communicated a lie to someone or an expectation that isn't a true representation of me. That way, if they ask questions about it or if it comes up, I wouldn't write it into the comments and allow someone to be maybe discredit me as if I'm defined by it, but I would definitely show a picture.
I love that. I think that's the perfect, if I was dating now, I think that is the way that I would approach it. Because it would show that you're active and that you're more than your disability, but that, hey, I'm not hiding anything and I'm comfortable in my own skin. So if somebody isn't comfortable with that, hopefully it would weed them out at the beginning, right?
Absolutely.
What about
What do
you,
you?
Cody?
You know, I live life with my leg out there so much that
Yeah,
I
sorry.
mean, but it's not like I focus on it, although it's been my career and everything, especially with a power knee. I'm gonna just say there's a sound that emits from it, so it's really hard for me to like hide that in person. But you know, up front, I would definitely be overt about it. I don't wear a cover over it. I'm not trying to hide anything. And I want them to definitely see that, but that can lend to doubts about my ability to function as a normal suitor, if you will, right?
Right.
In someone's mind, right? So, you know, I've got to be able to dispel some of that doubt. But how do you do that with just words? Oh, no, no, no. I'm able to do XYZ. Oh, no, don't worry. It doesn't slow me down like this, that, and the other. What you've got to do, honestly, is you've got to date in person at some point to just put some of the fears to rest that people are naturally going to have about, you know, what does this entail? What comes with this package, right?
Right.
Um, is this person going to be able to stand for a long period of time or walk this way or perform honeydew lists in the future when we get married because they just suddenly
Right.
get that idea in their head or whatever.
Well, Cody, I think though that you would have to begin before they would even be willing to meet you there. I would suggest that if any of us, anyone with a disability, especially limb loss, if I were going to put up a picture, I would have them professionally taken. And I might take it because there are no videos to show you walking or capable. It's only photos. And so I would put maybe me standing in front of my home or me hiking or standing in front of whatever it is, it implies an active life, which
Right.
would allow someone to look beyond that. Yes, you got to get to the point where meet you, but online dating, you got to start off with photos. People appeal to each other. They read the comments next. Then after that, they start texting, and then through the app, and then eventually exchange numbers, which comes down to your personality. Then meeting them in person and seeing your capabilities.
So
I'm
you know,
gonna play. Oh, sorry, Cody.
let me just cut in real quick with this.
Hmm.
So realize there's varying degrees of ability, though, right?
Right.
And so bringing this to their attention also comes with what degree do you show them that you're capable of doing, like of activity you're capable of doing. And it's like that way that person can make I don't want to say judgment, but an assessment of, okay, well, if I'm with this person, I realize that we would need to function within this paradigm and not this paradigm, right? This level of function, not this level of function. I can date and be with someone who is able to, maybe they can cook and do all the household things and mow the yard and stuff, but maybe they don't necessarily swing dance, right? So they're not necessarily expecting that of you when they see you function on a date.
Right.
You say, hey, I can do all these things, but that's kind of out of my wheelhouse. I'll try it. Or there's, it's obvious that there's no way that that's going to happen because, you can dance in a wheelchair, but it doesn't look the same as twirling somebody up in the air and all that kind of stuff, right?
Right.
Right.
Varying degrees, and so that just gives that person the fair chance of going, am I going to be okay with this long term? Am I going to be able to give up certain things for other things, right?
But I think that's why on the dating apps they have what things are you interested in, what hobbies, so you can find points of contact, interest, and it depends on age group. If you're 20 and on an app dating, that's going to be totally different than if you're 50. Because at 50, they now have some limitations as well.
Peggy,
So,
you were going to say.
yeah, this is fascinating to me, listening to you guys break down what you think is important on a dating app, because it's from a male perspective. And you both are, it's important to show what I'm getting from you guys. This is important to show that you're active, that you can do it, that you can take care, that you're not going to be a burden. Women are concerned about, are they going to think I'm pretty? Do I look okay? Are they going to be turned off by this? And females also
Right.
have another issue that, although I understand that male amputees also have interactions with devotees, it is not as many as females. Devotee encounters are very scary. Those are people who are either fetishize or have fantasies about or attracted to individuals living with limb loss or limb difference, along with other disabilities as well. And there's spectrum, but there are people on those dating apps who are just there trying to seek out pictures of individuals with amputations for their own personal pleasure.
Wow.
People don't like to talk about it. Safety is a real concern. So, James, while I totally love the get out there, take one picture, and that is probably the approach that I would do, I want to caution everybody, when you're doing that, be careful about what identifiers you are sharing, because when you're putting a picture out there, assume that you are also sharing it with the devotee community. So make sure it's something that you're willing to put out there with everybody. So, because it is scary. I don't know if either of you have had encounters with devotees. I think that's probably a topic for a really good podcast that we will be coming in the coming months, because I think it's something that we can really delve into for our listeners a little bit. The one thing that I always find interesting is dating. We started this by saying that dating and romance and connection and trying to find somebody is a universal quest. It's something that limb loss, not limb loss, is something that you're probably going to go through in your lifetime. But yet, do you know that it's not represented on television and on media right now? Only 2.1% of all characters on TV shows have a disability. And there's not been a main character on a disability themed dating show. And I don't know why. They are very quick to put amputees up on a pedestal for endurance and sport shows. But when it comes to, but can you love us? Can you like us? Do you want to be with us? They're still, society is still not ready to put amputees out there, but yet they're very more than willing to laud our accomplishments. So that's my soapbox for today.
I want to jump in and just speak to the value of each one of us. And that goes beyond limb loss, limb difference, disabled community, anybody really is we're all valuable. We are all equally intrinsically built with a value that can't be taken away from us. And it has to be that way. Like, our value can't be based on our bodies. Our bodies decay and wither away. Our minds decay over time and we lose our ability to think well. That's just a fact of life. It's going to happen that way. If our value is based on those things, our thinking or our bodies or something tangible like that, then our value degrades. And that can't be true, right? Then, we would just be able to discard people like rubbish, and that's not okay. Nobody could be okay with that, really. So your value, it's built into you, and it supersedes ableism, racism, sexism, all of those things. It overrides our ability to have biases, and it allows us to think about each other equally. And so when you go into the dating world, just remember that you're worth dating. You are worth dating,
Yes.
and you are worth having a relationship with someone. You are not your ability or disability. You're not your difference. That's not who you are. It's just a thing about you, just like your hair is brown or, you know, whatever. It's just part of who you are. So hold on to that. Hold on to that worth, that value, as you step into the world of dating, and never let anybody try to strip that away from you, because that's not even possible. It's something so objective outside of all of us that we can't even take it away from ourselves. So remember that. I believe that about you. Hold on to that for yourself in all of this, and it will keep you strong, and it will keep you safe, and it will keep you sane. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
It was great connecting with both of you. I hope you have a wonderful Valentine's Day, even if you're not doing anything, and can find a reason to be happy, even if it doesn't involve Cupid and a red heart. How's that?
That's
As you
awesome.
should every day.
That's awesome.
And
well, thank
we
you,
will-
Peggy, and happy Valentine's Day
Happy
to you. I hope
Valentine's
you get
Day.
something really great from your kids.
There you go. We'll talk
Love
in
you
March.
guys. Talk to
Bye.
you soon.
Bye.